You become a consultant when you know the business processes, nitty-gritty of it, that for which scenario, which conditions, what kind of process need to be followed, right? So these all things, when you'll be creating a business blueprint document, will come into the picture, that whether the purchase requisitions can be created with the material or whether it should not be created, whether it can be created, only materials are mandatory, or without material also you can create it. So you need to clearly define the scenario, that which kind of materials can be created with material and which kind of can be created without material. Generally, if it is a direct material, material code should be there. Material code should be there. Generally, we control that there should be a minimum things which can be created without material code. We have seen the businesses which makes that the material code mandatory. Whether it's a direct material, whether it's an indirect material, the material codes need to be mandatory. Okay, so they have created a higher level material codes for each and everything. Okay, they have created a material code for paper, they have created a material code for the small item also, but not each and every. That's a spanner they need to buy. Spanner can be 6-inch, 8-inch, 12-inch. Different dimensions can be there for spanner, not each and everything. But for a group of indirect materials, a one material code has been created because they don't want to do any buying without material codes. If you do the buying without material codes, reporting, tracing, tracking can be a problem, right? And then controlling the people ki bhaiya, when they need to buy without material code, they just business people try to go into the purchase requisition transaction. If they don't find a quickly material code, they will just put everything on the text and then they will enter. Then it takes a lot of time to the procurement department to understand, okay, for this material, whether a material code need to be inserted or we can do the text buying. Okay, then it create a lot of confusion. But if you try to create each and every material, for each and everything, if you try to create a material, then it is very difficult. It takes a lot of time to create the material code in the system. If you want to buy something, you don't have a material, you said material code need to be there, and then it need to go into the long cycle of the creation of a material, and then you would be able to buy. It can take any time between 7 days to 30 days. 1 week to 4 week it can take, depends on the process we are having. Creating a material will not that be simple. Okay, going into the MM01 transaction and punching their data there takes a few minutes. But what data need to be punched? Who has approved the data? Who has requested it? Okay, that takes longer time. Okay, validation of the data. So new material request, generally we have a tools like MDM, we have a processes like MDM, Master Data Management, and it requires a detail from the different team. Procurement team need to give their details, planning team need to give their details, accounting teams need to give their details. Somebody need to decide whether it should be a stock item, whether it should be a non-stock item, whether we should be having inventory for it, whether it should be valuated, non-valuated, whether the planning is required, which GL accounts need to hit for it. The accounting team need to decide. So it's not like a one person knows all the information. All the information need to come from the different departments and need to be validated from the different departments. Sometimes it happens that the material master creation is initiated by someone. They create their views and they inform the another department. The another department, they create their own views and then it goes on. Or sometimes we create Excel sheet, or sometimes we have our tools like MDG tools, Master Data Governance, or MDM tool, where the form would be there. You need to fill a form, and in the form you will put all the details. Then that form can go to the multiple departments to get all the details. Then the approval can happen. Then the validation can happen. Then it can be automatically generated, or it will go to the master data team. Once they have all the details, they will punch the data into the system. So I have worked with all the scenarios, direct creation with MM01 and going through the different departments, third-party tools, the internal build third-party tools where the master data creation will be started, MDG, master data governance tool, or MDM tools. MDM was an older tool, MDG is replacing MDM. So the creation of material itself is a topic, how material would be created. Then if it takes that long time, then you need to discuss, are we going to buy each and everything by a material code? If you are going for each and everything with material code, your process, you need to work on the MDM process. You cannot take a decision only with the procurement team. You need to ask as a consultant, ki, bhaiya, what would be your material creation process? How long it will take? What would be the lead time for it? If you need some material immediately at site and you want to buy it and you said that, oh, material code is not there, then it goes into the long cycle of creation of material code first, then buying it, that can delay your operation process. Okay, so there is a good amount of discussions need to happen with the business. You need to play a key role of as a SAP consultant to identify, to define that what need to be discussed, what kind of things need to be discussed, so that business can come to a conclusion that what decision they need to make it. What decision they need to make it. If I am a consultant, I try that whatever the things maximum we can buy with the material codes, where the planning is required, stock is required, we go ahead with the material codes. But the small items, okay, small items which will not be required, which will not be requiring the too small in nature, okay, your office stationaries and all these things, we try to create, either we try to create a one single item as office stationery, or we ask them go and buy as a text item for those items. So this is how you need to play a role of a consultant. This is one of the example how it is a small thing as a purchase requisition creation, but it would be having a link to too many things. So this is how you need to play a role of a consultant when the implementation project happens. Okay. Knowing that there should be a purchase requisition document type, I need to do the SPRO configurations, and I need to tell the user go in ME51 details, tuck, put these details and create a purchase requisition. Does not make you consultant.